Sorry, guys. Now, by sharing by shouting out Kajin Da, he would be able to transform into the Blue Beetle. However, after Dan died, his successor, Ted Kord, became the second Blue Beetle. However, Ted realized instead of being ancient magic, the Scarab was actually alien technology. But still, he wanted to carry on the legacy of the Blue Beetle, and thus decided to build a whole of gadgets, similar to Batman, and any superhero that uses gadgets, like Green Arrow. In any case, the Light sent Deathstroke and Sportsmaster, I'm not getting into Deathstroke, because they wanted the Scarab back in play. And so Ted sacrificed his life. Now, where does Jamie come in all this? Well, Jamie was actually running home late last night, so he decided to take a shortcut through the parking lot of Kord Industries, where an explosion from the ensuing battle between Ted, Deathstroke, and Sportsmaster occurred that cost Ted his life. And the Beetle happened to fly to land near Jamie. And as a result, it fused to his spine, allowing him to become the third Blue Beetle. Now, similar to the comics, the Scarab has a mind of its own. As a result, it's usually giving Jamie lethal options, like kill, decimate, and destroy, all that stuff. But in any case, the penultimate episode, Summit, has the reach and light finally come. True motives come out. I should mention, Aqualad was originally a traitor, because it turns out Aquaman kept the identity of his true father from him, Black Manta, which, if you guys know comics, is Aquaman's arch enemy. However, this turned out to be a ruse. Aqualad wasn't traitor to the team, but was in a deep undercover mission, working his way up the ranks in order to become one part of the Light, and get more intel about the Reach. Artemis also came back as a plan. You see, Aqualad and Nightwing faked her death, and using a charm from Zatanna to hide her appearance to everyone else, with her facial structure, her hair, and her voice seeming different, she joined Aqualad instead undercover, taking on the alias Tigress. However, they never told anyone else. So in the two-parter, I don't consider this a two-parter, the second part, Before the Dawn, which the episodes are actually named after that old saying, darkest before the dawn, McGann actually tore Aqualad's minds apart, learning the whole truth. She became very wary of her abilities then on. However, she was later captured by Deathstroke and Tigress, where they hoped to use her to restore Aqualad's mind. And a few episodes later, they actually had. But they were trying to figure out a plan in order to get Miss Martian out alive without blowing their cover, without blowing Aqualad's or Artemis's cover. Because once Miss Martian was finished, in order to reduce the threat of the team, they were planning on killing her. They did eventually get her out, though. But anyway, Aqualad was finally able to bring Light's true intention to the Reach, and the rest of the episode is just a glorious fight scene. It is beautiful. And hang on, I should bring up the... And I am going to... any case... Alright, so, in any case, Aqualad was a... Aqualad said something. Vandal and the Light keep underestimating them, and... they're right. every time the light was a major factor in an episode, the team kept beating them because they underestimated them. Obviously, Vandal realized his mistake, and he's not going to let that happen again. But as a result, but they were able to get enough information from the Light and the Regis Summit in order to free the Leaguers on Earth. However, the season really doesn't end on that much of a happy note. In the final episode, in the season finale, Endgame, also, I should have mentioned that Season 2 actually takes part of a 5-year time skip. So we go from 2010 to 2016. And this season actually premiered in 2012. Whoops. But in any case, back to Endgame. Again, doesn't end on a happy note. The Reach use a final field-safe contingency, which will destroy the Earth and erase all evidence there, so their treaty with the Guardians will not be broken. However, with the team, the remaining Leaguers, and the villains all working together, they are able to shut down most of the drones. However, they missed one in Antarctica. So, Kid Flash, Impulse, and Flash by combining their speeds, are able to shrink down the energy. However, because of Wally's slower speed, the energy that is escaping is using him sort of as a lightning rod. And as a result, he fades out of existence. And this strikes everyone hard. Dick decides to take a break from superheroics for a while because of Raleigh's death, leaving Aqualad in charge. Bart becomes the new Kid Flash, honoring Wally's memory, and it was his wish for Bart to take over as the new Kid Flash. Artemis decides to drop her superhero alias of Artemis and decides to take off her Tigress persona as that of a hero. Tim and Cassie actually got together. Yeah, that came out of left field. And I should have mentioned, Connor and McGann actually did have a relationship in the first season. It slipped my mind. And they broke up in this season, with McGann dating Lagan. However, they broke up, and as a result, and we get a hint that their relationship may rekindle their relationship. But I'll get into that when we go over season 3. Promise this time. Anyway, because the cave and the Hall of Justice were destroyed, also the world finding out about the Watchtower, the team has now earned the right to work in the Watchtower side by side with the League, and that is awesome. But however, we later see that Savage is actually partners with the new god Darkseid, ending it on an ominous note. And then it's cancelled. Yeah, Cartoon Network's canceled it, and for the life of me, I don't know why. However, before we get into what happened after that, I need to go over Superman and Connor's relationship. Now, in season 1, Superman was hesitant to, even be around Connor. I originally thought it's because of the awkwardness, but I started to think that maybe it's just Superman doesn't know how to react to this. Remember, he was raised not in a black and white sort of society, but he sort of has a standard view of the world, that good people do good and bad people are evil. There are chances for people to change, but sometimes there's just no hope for them. Again, it's not sort of a black and white view, but he has a certain standards that have been with him since 1, he's from Smallville, and 2, he's been raised by, the Kents. They're not pumpkins, mind you. And so, it was kind of awkward for him and it was kind of him for him to even try and, make a relationship with Superboy. However, in the end of Season 2, Superboy took the secret identity of Connor Kent, which I'm not getting into. And Superman decided to reveal his identity as Clark Kent. Later, Superboy tries to apologize for this, but Superman says it's okay because it seems right, which we get them as starting to forge a relationship. And this is followed up beautifully in Season 2, where the two actually communicate more, work together. They even think of combo moves. And when Superboy gets in an extra opponent, Superman actually compliments him. Also, he's actually part of the Kent family. I guess Mom and Pa Kent adopted him, which I find nice. Also, Superman sees Superboy as a little brother and gave him a Kryptonian name, Kon-El. That is beautiful. That is just, I can't even describe anything else after that. It's just so beautiful and nice. But that's currently neither here nor there. So, how did Young Justice come back? Well, it has to do with a little streaming service known as DC Universe. So, join me next time when we look over one of the most, that tells us that this season has, join us next time when we look over Season 3 that shows the creators have a lot more, creative freedom. Join me next time when we look over Young Justice Outsiders. Till then.